I hear something often hear this claim that believing in God is like believing in Santa. God is like Santa Claus for adults.
I didn't grow up believing in Santa Claus. I don't tell my kids about Santa Claus. I, I don't like lying to my kids. So the first thing I'd ask is what they mean by that. What do you mean? It's like it's like believing in Santa Claus for adults.
Jesus, Mother Mary and Joseph.
You are really Santa, right?
No, I'm an accountant. I wear this thing as a fashion statement, all right?
Okay.
Or even ask, how did you come to that conclusion? And the reason for that is because I want to know in what way they think this is similar. What are the implications or the assumptions behind this statement? So, for example, what test can we use to find out whether or not Santa Claus exists? What test or what methods can we use to investigate God's existence? And this is where the difference is going to lie. The quote unquote evidence for Santa Claus is few and far between, if you will. Whereas look at something like the Kalam cosmological argument, where if the universe began to exist, it must have a cause. Well, we can philosophically deduce certain attributes about this cause. So, for example, if time, space, and matter had a beginning, then whatever created time, space, and matter must have been timeless, spaceless, and immaterial. And then this being would have to be supernatural because nature had a beginning, and thus whatever created nature would have to be transcendent to nature, thus supernatural, unimaginably powerful to create everything out of nothing, and personal to make a decision to create the universe. Now, note, by the universe having a beginning, this gives us a way to logically deduce specific attributes about this cause, because causes are going to precede their effects. And are going to be, ontologically speaking, that's a big word for an order of existence. It's going to be prior to, external to, and greater than its effects. Now, contrast that with something like Santa Claus. If I leave a plate of cookies out, so the next day those cookies are gone, well, there's no type of logical deduction to find attributes of what would have eaten this cookie that would narrow it down so much as a kalam, as a timeless, spaceless, immaterial, supernatural, unimaginably powerful personal being. So no, I think this is one of those talking points that atheists like to throw out because it just kind of gets reaction from people, right? It's a way of them trying to make Christianity look so far-fetched and unreasonable, and so they tie it in with this belief. But really, it's just a slogan that gets tossed around that I think it's a dumb slogan. I think it has no backing to it. And let's concede for the sake of argument. Let's say it is like, quote unquote, believing like Santa Claus. Well, the question is, does God exist? Yes or no? Not what is my belief akin to? What is my belief similar to? At the end of the day, I want to know whether or not Christianity is true. Does God exist? Yes or no? Whether you think my belief in God is like belief in Santa Claus is irrelevant. Let's find out if it's true, and that's what we should be discussing.